Okay, so I had to do a video on this because I had an argument with my mom about this. Because she's like, for the first time in my life, I agree with Rush Limbaugh. And I'm like, Mom, are you serious? But you see, you guys say, oh, it's because of your parenting, you are the way you are. Clearly, you have not met my mom. My mom is very conservative. I don't even know how we coexist in the same household. I mean, she's Roman Catholic. I'm pretty much an atheist. But that's besides the point. Here's the thing. Here's why I think Rush Limbaugh is wrong. One, you shouldn't be doing name calling. You shouldn't resort to that. I mean, if your argument is strong enough, you shouldn't resort to name calling. That's very immature, and clearly it shows that you don't have respect for people. Two, you shouldn't be blaming it on other people. You are a full-grown adult. You are like twice or 3 times my age. I don't even know. You are old. By now, you should know better than to resort to name calling or using the excuse, oh, they did it, so why can't I? Like, and why do you always have to blame it on black people? But the thing is, you did blame it on your other, use the excuse that other people in that network have used similar language. Those people should be punished, but there's a time and a place, and right now we're talking about you, Rush Limbaugh. You. We're going to punish you, and then we're going to go and punish them, okay? And like we did in elementary school. 3. Clearly, you do not have a good understanding of what the term contraception means. Maybe you missed that day when you were in sex ed, because clearly we're on completely different pages. Contraception. Yes, its general and main purpose is to stop pregnancies. So all of a sudden a woman's on birth control and she's some kind of sex-crazed slut. Like, oh my god, I'm on birth control. Let me sleep with just every single man because, you know what? I won't get pregnant. But it's not like I'm not going to get AIDS or HIV or chlamydia or gonorrhea, or there's no other deterrent from having indiscriminate sex. Rush Limbaugh, are you serious? Like, is that actually how you view it? Oh, if we fund contraception, then I, as the taxpayer, I feel like a pimp, because I'm paying you to have sex. No, that's not what's happening, Rush Limbaugh. Who said that? Who said that? Who said you're paying somebody to have sex? You watch porn. I know you do, because a woman would have to be crazy to sleep with you. But you're paying people to have sex already. So what difference does it make if you're paying other people to have sex by that logic? I mean, for all you know, that contraception that you funded could be in that next porn video you like. So there you go. But, okay, on a serious note, contraception. Yes, the purpose is to stop unwanted pregnancies. Both condoms, both birth control, they do that. But let's talk about some other benefits that birth control has. There are women who get very painful periods, okay? So they take birth control to deal with the pain or to regulate their period so that they don't have to deal with it as often. There are women who get their period too frequently or less frequently. Again, it's about regulation. Another thing, there's women who get chronic, terrible acne because their hormones are out of balance. Again, it's to level it off, to regulate. Now, if you are a man, and you're not some kind of gynecologist or some doctor who is trained in this field who understands the female anatomy, female body, then why are you speaking on it? Because clearly you've just missed one half of the argument completely. That's the thing I don't understand. Like, as I was looking at my Facebook and this guy's like, oh my god, I can't believe this. I agree with Rush Limbaugh completely, and that women are just trying to flaunt their sexuality and throw it in our faces. It's got nothing to do with that. Right now, if you're telling me that Obamacare shouldn't cover this, or whatever healthcare shouldn't cover this. Give me good, valid arguments about why you want to not give me access to something that could be crucial to my life. Okay? You need to give me a better argument than, oh, women are just flaunting their sexuality in my face. And so what? And so what? So I should be using that argument because Viagra and vasectomies are covered. So you're flaunting your male sexuality in my face. So some old man takes Viagra because he can't get it up. What is that doing for the world? That's the thing I don't understand. I understand from the younger end, this guy's suffering from ED. He may want to have some kids. And that's one reason he might use it. And what's another reason? A vasectomy, both partners in the relationship have decided they don't want any more kids. I see the mutual benefit there. But if you're just using it to go and have indiscriminate sex, then I can call you out on the same thing. So, and why is it that Viagra and vasectomies are covered? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. But let's look at the economics of birth control, okay? People sit here and complain, oh, look at these unwed mothers. Look at how many of them, and they're all on welfare too, and I have to pay for them as the taxpayer. I have to pay for these kids until they turn 18 or get a job or blah, 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 and they're not contributing to society and they're becoming criminals, blah, blah. And Coulter, the biggest problem in the world is single mothers, or the single most contribution to crime is single mothers, the root of all problems, single mothers. And then you don't want to fund contraception to prevent all of this? Here's my stance. Contraception, make it accessible to all. If you're not going to cover it completely, then subsidize it, because some people can't afford it. And if they can't afford contraception, then clearly they can't afford to have kids. So, people are going to have sex regardless. You can't make it so sex is just for the rich people, because people do have natural urges. So, make it accessible to all, educate people on it, don't make it like this. It's the ultimate lifesaver. You should still tell them the risks of sex. I know there's places in Canada where you can go and buy subsidized birth control and get free condoms. So even if you just have those places in the States, or make people more knowledgeable about it, that's a step towards the right direction. And what else was I going to say? And stop detaching yourself from the whole situation. Nobody's saying that if this is covered by healthcare that you can't use it. You can use it. Okay? And even if you don't want to use it, there could be people around you who do need it, or should be using it. Now, this may be a scary thought, but someday your kids are going to have sex. So, they should be able to access this. You wouldn't want your child to get HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, or even AIDS because they didn't have access to contraception. You don't want your child to get pregnant when they're not ready. This is an issue that affects men and women. Especially you as a guy, you have to think about it. I've given you all these reasons from the male perspective why you should have an interest in this issue. Because pregnancy takes two. Do you want to be paying child support for the rest of your life simply because your girlfriend couldn't afford contraception? It affects both genders. Women's reproductive health, it's important. There's a lot of stuff going on down there that's really scary. It's really scary. I mean, you're sitting there and you have this pain in your side and you're like, oh my God, what is this? Oh, am I the Virgin Mary or something? I feel like I'm having a baby. And it turns out you have a cyst. Like, it's so complex. I can't explain all of it, the nature of the female body to you just in one video, but you should be somewhat empathetic to this, or sympathetic. I mean, I even said why I think male contraception is important. I could see it from different perspectives. So why can't you? Why are you being so dense when our reasons are more obvious and legitimate than yours? But that's all I have to say.